Welcome to Post Apocalyptic Show. This is Rob.
This is John.
We are now moving into February 1980.
Oh, month two.
And the best part about this movie, it was released on Leap Day, February 29th, 1980.
Look at that.
So
special already.
So once again, I think we can only view this movie every 4 years. So this is it.
I think that's as the filmmakers intended.
As the filmmakers intended. And the film, of course, is Don't Answer the Phone.
Don't answer the phone. Wonder what that's about.
I think it's the whole time of people just not answer. The phone's ringing. No, not going to answer it.
I hope that's what it is.
And the best part is the tagline, don't answer the phone. He'll know you're alone.
Because you're always alone when you answer the phone.
Yeah, you pick up a phone, you're alone. You don't pick up the phone, Party Central.
1980, that's the way it was back then.
Yeah, I mean, you literally had one line. You didn't have your phone, no texting,
exactly.
Nothing. All right, let's enjoy Don't Answer the Phone.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Just don't answer the phone.
Mental.
As I look at my phone, because I got to set a timer.
Oh. It's different. Hello?
Oh, I'm already excited.
Now you know it's going to be good.
That probably took a month to make that title.
You know it did. Media Home Entertainment. What a company.
I know. It seems like such a shell company.
Yeah.
We're Media Entertainment. Crown International Pictures.
International.
International.
Canada.
All right, I'm already on board.
Yeah.
I've never been happier than I am at this moment right now. I hope it's literally 90 minutes of this. And no phone in sight.
Right. Credits.
I already feel like it should have been a different title.
Right.
A Hammer Castle Presents. Oh, man. Oh!
Sledgehammer. Oh, there it is in red letters.
Why is it so red? You know, that's what I do. I come home,
right,
I don't turn on any lights,
just,
and I just start undressing.
Yeah.
Oh shit, don't answer the phone.
She's alone, she can.
Yeah. That's a... Ooh. I just didn't expect that. This is literally like the other movie.
You're right, actually.
80s dug the rape for some reason.
You're into it.
Someone greenlit this movie, though. Yeah?
Caution when venturing outside, most especially after dark.
Ramon?
Like the little flare she puts on it. Ramon.
Yeah.
Hello, Ramon?
Really are.
What I can't figure out
What?
why bother with the coin. Yes, the coin's obvious.
Of course.
I like his theme.
His theme is tight.
So I guess we're not going to get a lot of backstory on anything.
I think that wish is not going to be granted.
Right. I was just...
You know it's coming. On cue. Definitely a man.
Yeah, I mean, man, right?
Yeah.
Just brush their hair and feel themselves, right? Because that's what
women do, sure. It's just like the suspense. Green looks like he's 60, he's probably 35.
Yeah, you know everyone in this movie is like 32.
Right, exactly. Alright.
Byron Allen is brilliant.
He's like, I gotta put my own little signature on this.
Yep, there's Silver Lake.
Official.
I'd actually buy this soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It is like a dream. You know, Sue Ellen,
He's going all in.
hitchhiking in California can...
Very little phone usage in a movie that says "Do not answer
Yeah,
the phone."
I forgot that's the title.
I literally just remembered. I was like, "What are we watching?" Oh shit, Dodger Stadium.
No attempt to conceal the body. Okay.
Why is his tie so little?
It's like a clown tag.
I want you to get into what?
I feel like he was in Dark Man.
He was in, yeah.
Like he was like one of the guys in like a villain or like one of the bad guys.
Totally.
He wasn't Liam Neeson though.
That is for sure.
And the music is literally the best. Why? So I'm gonna dress street now.
Yeah.
Like, why is he dressed like that now? What's happening? Who's that guy?
Who is that guy? Yes, where are the phones?
There's no phones in this movie.
Why it's called that?
I'd be so angry if I was at the theater right
I
now.
know. Burt Reynolds' cousin.
Yeah. We need a jacket like that.
Right.
At like one episode, we're
Yeah.
going to be wearing that coat.
Please matter. Come on in, we'll talk it over.
Look at my coat.
Yeah.
It's leather.
Bison. It all comes together.
To the story time.
Can I call your old name?
You wouldn't get a drink.
Well, how about a drink, Doc?
Oh my god!
Alright, I'll see you later.
My drop. Wait, did you write this?
Yes.
Now I think I need a good drink.
Job.
It's always
Are we another day? Like,
It's
No kidding.
the killer's still out.
he is the worst detective.
Maybe all has something to do with loneliness.
Sounded familiar, that sound.
Just a minute.
As you do.
Of course.
Woman answers door,
I'm sorry, I
half
was
naked.
just.
I was brushing my hair.
Hello?
Hello, I'm Kirk Smith. Groovy out.
She heard all that screaming, didn't
It took her a long
Yeah.
time. See, she heard her
she? I
screaming.
know.
What's going on in there?
Got like 12 shots in
I
that
know.
6-shooter.
Yeah. The same effect.
There's no pool inside. I hope he just unloads his gun some more.
Yeah.
Adios, creep.
One liner. Okay.
I'm getting all the movies.
Right. You know, he knew he was the next action star after this. In case you didn't think he was dead. He
What?
put out credits?
Is the phone gonna ring? Like,
Oh.
that was a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we just finished watching Don't Answer the Phone.
Yeah, you had to think about it because it's like, what? The title just doesn't make any sense at all.
No, the title, as much emphasis they put on the poster. Don't answer the phone. He'll know you're alone. There's an image of a phone. There's someone answering the phone.
Right.
I thought that's what the whole movie was going to, not all about the phone call, but because that actually opened that way. The girl picked up the phone.
Right.
But it didn't really allude. She never said she was alone. She was talking to her father or mother about it, but there was like a guy's voice.
She said mom, but it was a guy's voice.
Yeah.
So I just didn't really, I guess she's just go whatever.
It started off like right away. It was fun.
Yeah.
The fact that this was released in a theater and someone probably saw that poster and went, oh my God, don't answer the phone. This is going to be crazy.
I know. It is crazy.
Yeah.
It's, what you want, like slasher, whatever movie, but, it's campy, it's zany, it doesn't make any sense, but, it does at least have that consistency of, here's a guy, we don't have any backstory. You never have any backstory over these guys. I mean, we know he was in the military because he wears
We're
fatigues.
guessing. He had his fatigues on a couple times and an airborne shirt.
Yeah, and an airborne
As far as he
shirt.
didn't have dog
Right.
tags.
Exactly. But not all the time.
No.
But he wore that, and he's out killing women, and that's what he does.
Yeah. Look, rape is rape. So far, we're two movies into what our 80s series is going to be, and we're 2 for 2 for rape. And I have a feeling those odds are going to just keep stacking now.
Yeah,
right?
like I said, rape is a big thing in the 80s for some reason, whether it be comedy, horror, or whatever. So that to know that that's like the I was gonna say main thrust, but not.
Yeah.
That's not a word.
Yeah.
But that's just sort of what the, I guess, quote unquote through line of this whole thing was, that it's violence against women who come home and undress, and then he's there to, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's there to not. Well, he'll rape him, but he'll just, I guess, kill him. Really, he didn't.
Yeah,
really.
it's obviously he does some sort of ritual stuff.
Yeah,
but that's not super consistent. He's crazy because he has a conversation with his dad / himself without a shirt on.
Yeah,
I would have liked a little more of why he's doing what he's doing. The synopsis was: a deeply disturbed Vietnam vet terrorizes young women of Los Angeles and taunts a radio psychologist with descriptions of his grisly crimes. Okay, one, there's a radio host.
There is a radio host.
Or two, he's from Vietnam, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember in the one of the great scenes in the beginning, the guy was like, it's typical Viet Cong issue or something. Yeah. And then, he's got his fatigues. We go, oh, okay, he's from Vietnam. My thing is that they sort of, I mean, it's actually a much better movie, obviously, but Scorsese's Taxi Driver,
right,
where Travis Bickle's
Wait, this isn't as good as Taxi Driver?
I mean, like, almost.
I mean, it's like almost there.
Yeah.
If we didn't already have Taxi Driver, this would have been Taxi Driver.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, the racism comes out, he drops the N-word a couple times.
He said it, and you're just like, right, the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Ventura dropped the N-word, but he called him you dumb N-word, and he's like, don't call me dumb. And I'm like, oh, that's what the 80s. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When our killer, or whatever what's his name?
Ramon. When he called the radio show, not to talk about his grisly attacks, talk about his headaches.
Yeah.
But then it was Kirk Smith.
Right, Kirk Smith. So Kirk Smith, him dropping it is fine. And Ventura is also in that, like, underworld or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get it, 80s, but it's just like, it's not an excuse, but if you were listening to it back then, it's just sort of like, it wouldn't be like as...
Yeah. Like, you're in the theater, you're not going to sit there going, oh, I'm awkward now. You're just going to be like, all right.
Yeah, which is weird, but...
the 80s.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, they were like the 80s movies, and you go, there's a couple times in this movie you go, ooh,
because oddly enough, like Windows did better for their rapes. Yeah, these are conversations we're gonna have now. That tension build of you didn't know what was gonna happen, and then we cut away.
Yeah,
he attacks the women. You don't really see it. Once again, I would say they showed almost, obviously there's more boobs in this one, but about as much in those scenes as they did in Windows. But, they showed very little, which I was actually like the same with Windows. They showed very little of the actual act, per se. It was mostly implied.
Yeah, and he would, I guess in this one he would, was it necrophilia? I mean, he would like kill them and then start
taking photos of them. As fun as this movie was, there's definitely a better movie in there, because there was a lot of things that, like, okay, he's a Vietnam vet, you can play that up, I guess, because that was such a trope to use. He's taking photographs and he's selling them to Porky. Porky makes a cameo in this.
Porky is in it.
I don't know his name, but Porky makes a cameo with his really tiny ties, which you can see right here. So it's like, okay, I'm getting this story that I'm building, but like they felt like they had it, but they didn't do a rewrite. This is like draft one.
Yeah, because I was thinking they threw a lot of stuff there, like the detective, like you were mentioning. Oh wow, the detective's not even like a main sort of character in it, or protagonist. But we get the credits and he's like top billing.
Yeah,
and he sort of became
something.
It's like the detective didn't work, and then somehow he has a romance with Dr. Gale, and
like the radio. Yeah, there was.
And then the radio, like why would he call into the radio station, talk about his headaches, and then there was a killing on air.
I would have liked them to like build up, like every radio call he tells her something. I did it again, and I can't stop myself. It's like, oh shit, this is, we're leading, he's calling her, he's leaving breadcrumbs or something. I mean, he called her once, then called her again halfway through the movie, and I was like, oh right.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, oh yeah, he does do that. So it's like, it almost like he was like, oh yeah, I can call into this radio station. She happens to be on right now.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll pick up, because she always picks up, because that's what happens.
And that's what you call when you call radio. There's no screaming. Just
exactly.
Straight to it.
Straight there. I just feel like the movie was trying to be a lot of different things. It was like McCabe. Okay, you have Lieutenant McCabe. And even halfway through, he changed his wardrobe to this leather
and then he
outfit.
Stuck with it.
And then he was like McCabe. And then he was like McCabe, the Burt Reynolds-esque... a leading man, where he's like, he gets all the chicks.
You're watching the Russians going, he seems so drab, he needs to stick out and be poppy. Because I figure almost the guy that was Crown International looked like Porky.
Yeah.
With his like tiny little tie. It needs to be flashy.
Yeah,
you know that the whole time.
That was happening. There was that. Then they got zany, that one sequence where everybody started coming out of the brothel or whatever it was, or the motel.
And then it was like you just went, and there's people just running around.
If you had all the initial things that the 80s were going to be and put it into a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
And like, it's like it popped, and this is the movie, because it was like the zany thing, that is something in the 80s. The slasher movie, that's definitely something in the 80s. The sort of leading man, romantic sort of action-y thing. Mm-hmm. They tried to be that. So there were a lot of things that are going to be normal sort of 80s fare in this movie at the same time, but it just didn't really get there. I mean, I guess you could do whatever you want to with Kirk. Is it Kirk? I guess Ramon, because he's just crazy, and so you get the rituals, and he's laughing for some reason, and he's just killing women with, like you said, we don't know why he's doing this. He's just, for some reason, he's taking out all of his frustrations with Dad on women.
It really feels like they just went, okay, why would he be crazy? He's from Vietnam, right? Had daddy issues, great.
No, that's
he works
exactly
out.
what happened.
You know, he hates women for some reason. Like, I mean, it was just sort of like they hit all the things they wanted him to be, and then made him just be all those things, as opposed to picking one.
You know, I mean, I'm gonna evoke someone's name, but and don't be mad, but Robert Zemeckis. Not even this film that you have seen, but his student film at USC. It was good, but it's a lot of different tones, and there was a lot of different things. And if you look at it, you can see Forrest Gump, you can see Back to the Future, you can see all the movies he's going to make, and the tones of those movies in that movie.
Right.
So only in that respect do I see.
You like Back to the Future? Don't answer the phone. That's it. They're the exact same movie.
Every time you say it, Rob, like, I'm like, that was the title. But there was more calling than answering in this movie. So there was, and when you answered the phone, it was like, she answered the phone at a radio station, or you answer in the beginning. It was like, okay,
yeah. The first kill, you know, she picks up the phone. Although he's already in the house, so he's not even calling. Like he never, like you expect him to make the calls to the victims, then kill him. He's already in the house.
And this is from a book. Is that?
Yeah, it's based on a book. My guess is the book is literally a Vietnam vet kills some women.
So I mean, I just be curious not to read the book. Right. Be curious to know
the synopsis of the book.
Yeah, and then like, was this the book? It could have been, but it just seems like it was really like jumbled together. I mean, you know, just like slasher movies, horror movies, you're going to know that you're going to see a woman. Yeah. And you're going to see this guy next to her, and you know what's going to happen. Yeah. So it does follow through on there.
Like some elements worked really good, like him in the house stuff worked really well. Even him working out and being kind of crazy. Like there were a lot of elements that worked in this movie, and we had a really good time watching it. Like as silly as it sounds, but it's like this movie was fun.
Yeah, rape is not fun. That's not what
No. The one thing I would say, the best part of the soundtrack.
The soundtrack actually, for this, you wouldn't expect the movie, the soundtrack to be as varied as it was. The type of music, the type of synth music that's in there is, personally, I like that music. I definitely like it for sort of this sort of pseudo, sort of campy horror, campy John Carpenter-esque sort of music.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It felt like the Terminator vibe to it, and like John Carpenter. So like it fit for what that movie was.
No, definitely. And whereas the last Windows, they tried to fit, but it just didn't work. But but this movie absolutely worked for it. I mean, it definitely evoked a mood. And if you want to go in and just see, I'm just looking for a slasher film. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Like you said, it's not as gory. Yeah. But some of them, were subsequently. But yeah. I mean, it sort of does the trick.
If you can find this movie, watch it for what it is. It's not like watch it because it's great and it's a missed classic. Watch it because you can see the ideas of what was to come. Like you said with Zemeckis, you're seeing what the wheels were spinning of what we were about to go into, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was like, I know that's, they got that from, no, this is before.
Yeah. They didn't originate it, but you started to see
you start to see that this is what people are going to go to the theater to see. I mean, the first sort of blockbuster, I guess, movie was Jaws, whatever, and then you had Star Wars, and so like there were no blockbuster movies before then. So they start to see that they can sort of make money on, horror's always really made money, but these other sort of comedies that we'll see in the 80s. Yeah. So they sort of put all those things in there. And I mean, so for that reason, yes, I think, you should
see it for what it is. Yeah. Don't watch it expecting greatness. Watch it for what it is.
Absolutely. Greatness is not here.
No.
This is not, doesn't live there at all. Doesn't call, didn't answer the phone. No. But it's,
Yeah.
It's worth a watch.
It's a movie, and it was a fun watch for February 1980. The next movie will be March 1980. As always, like, subscribe, follow, notification bell, comment below, website to come unless it's already up. There's an address in the description, email if you want, do whatever, I guess.
Do it all.
Do it all. And thank you. This has been Post Apocalyptic Show. This is Rob.
This is John.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.